Hey, welcome to another video. Today we're talking about my 2024 Sharktober experience. So basically Sharktober is just drawing sharks in the month of October. It's pretty simple, pretty epic. It was a challenge made by Astral Quinn on Instagram, and I had a good time, mostly. Let's just get into the speed paints, but let's do an earring check. Okay. Yay! Okay, so day one was Space Shark. This was the start of the challenge, so I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for the rest of the month. This was the only one that didn't have a time lapse because I forgot to turn it on. Anyway, it was a pretty simple idea. What if a whale shark was in space? Well, it's not an original thought, but it was quick to do. I added little fish so it wouldn't be too boring to look at. Moving on, this is day 3, Shark Plush. I decided to draw an isometric view of a bedroom with a bed full of shark plushies. I had a lot of fun with this. It's a shark-themed bedroom. If I was a little kid with a shark obsession, oh my god, I would love to have a room like this. I looked up a lot of different shark references for this, both real and stylized. And I didn't end up shading this because honestly, I couldn't be bothered. I spent a really long time on the line art, so I had a teeny beanie baby amount of energy just to do base colors. Personally, my favorite part is the shark chair with the fish themed laptop mouse. I think it's really cute. So day 5 was Cat Shark, and this one was one where I wasn't really feeling in the art mood. I just wanted to get it done quickly. So I looked at what real cat sharks look like, and then I was like, this is boring on its own. It needs cat shark friends. So I made 2 different types of cat shark. One is a cat mermaid, and the other is a shark with cat features. I liked adding the stars and bubbles in the background. It looks like a sticker pack. But yeah, this one was pretty simple because I did not have the bandwidth to do something bigger. Day 7 was Shark Healer. I really enjoyed this one. I thought about making an actual shark the healer, but I just went with a shark mermaid being an underwater doctor instead. They liked patching up sharks who've been injured. Oh my god. I drew a clam as like the base of operations, and instead of the treasure being a pearl, I wanted it to be medical supplies. And that's why the boxes are white. They're like pearls. I had a blast like rendering this piece too. It was just one of those days that clicked. Like the sketching, the line on, the coloring were all so easy. I guess the last 3 were just warm-ups. I tried out the outline brush on Clip Studio Paint. I used it to make the weeds in the background. I like to practice more. It was a weird experience. The lines that connected deleted the lines in between, so it all turns into an outline. It was pretty useful. I think that'd be really useful to make shoelaces actually. So day 9 was Shark Druid. Again, I decided to make a character be the druid instead of it being a shark. I searched up what a druid was, and apparently in D&D, a druid is like a creature that's related to nature and animals. So I decided to make this picture a tiny story. Maybe a mighty druid saved this cove from monsters in the sea with the power of the sea themselves. They had a trusty shark sidekick, and together they banished evil from land back into the deep sea. And the people in the harbor town erected a massive statue of their saviors. Wow, so cool! I wanted to draw grass because I hadn't drawn it in a while. I saw a few nice references on Pinterest of cliffs connecting to the sea. They were all grassy, so I ended up drawing them. I was careful to make sure all the strokes of grass weren't straight up and down. I wanted to emulate some movement so the grass is sideways, like a wind is pushing them around. It's probably pretty windy in this town. I mean, it's like right next to the ocean. Day 11 was Shark Castle. This one was a little hard for me to make only because I was trying a new perspective. I wanted the ruins to lead up to a ruined castle, like a forgotten civilization was washed away and the sea animals have now claimed the ruins as their own. I didn't add any plants because I wanted it to look kind of abandoned. Maybe the ancient people built their castle in a barren wasteland as a way to prove that they were fierce and intelligent. Like, all the food that they had were only within the castle walls, and only they knew how to make it in this, plain area. And then maybe they died for being too arrogant. Maybe they should have planted their roots somewhere where they could farm easier. Day 13 was Glass Shark. I was so stuck on this one, I didn't know what to draw. All I came up online was glass statues of sharks in stained glass, so I did what I always do. I made little characters to make a story. This time, a trio of witches were trying to summon a shark, but it all went wrong. They accidentally summoned a shark from the mirror dimension, and that's why the sky is all stained glass too. I like the style of this piece. The lighting is all just yellow and orange blobs. I didn't want to color too much, so I encased the artwork in a circle and made a title, but maybe next time I won't add words and just make the artwork bigger. There's a lot of white space. Day 15 was Shark Civilization. This is a little shark right here, yippee! I was out of ideas for this day. I did want to do another isometric drawing, so I ended up doing it for this one. There's a little shark vending machine, a shark selling fresh fish, and some plant life in the market's corners. All the lighting is coming from the vending machine. I wanted to make this market deeper underwater so I could use darker colors. This is the artwork I was talking about in my last video. I was inspired by this piece when making my YouTube banner. So day 17 was Electric Shark, and to make the sharks electric, oh my god, I made them robots! I remember really enjoying the process for this artwork and this freaking flying sharks out in this futuristic city. That is so sick. I used city brushes made by Devon L. Kurtz. You can get them yourself from their YouTube channel and Instagram. They even tell you how to download them. I'll link it down in the description below. It was super easy to make a city with those brushes, and all the buildings look so good. I'm really proud of this artwork. I also used that outline brush again for the little bushes in the foreground. Day 19 was Shark vs Megalodon. This is a piece I'm most proud of. I loved rendering the ice. I had a cool idea to make a Meg frozen in ice. They're extinct now, so this is the only way to have one next to a modern day shark. There's even some fish that are frozen with a Meg. Wow. Maybe a sudden ice age covered the ocean. I used the gouache brush to get the textures of the ice. It's pressure sensitive, so I was able to get less paint with a lighter hand pressure and more paint with a harder hand pressure. I'm so proud of this one, even though it's so simple. The ice looks so good. Especially that ice block on the right side, it's so perfect, oh my god. Day 21 was Steampunk Shark. I think I used all my brain cells in the last piece because I was totally lost in this one. I don't like drawing steampunk, though I do enjoy the aesthetic. It's too mechanical maybe. Well, I just took the easy way out. I just drew a bunch of steampunk airships with some shark ships. They have gears because, well, gears are really important to this aesthetic. I do like how the hammerhead shark right in the middle turned out. The gears were easy to make out and you can tell it's a hammerhead shark. The cliffs and the surroundings were cool to paint too. I painted grass on the side that will probably get the most light. but that's pretty much about it. Day 24 was Shark Bandit. I wanted to go simple again, like the glass shark one, so I made the shark itself the bandit this time. No humanoid character design. I added some scars to make the shark look more scary. And he's looking at treasure. I also gave him a plastic bag on his fin. He probably thinks it makes him look cool, but as a human, all you can feel is pity. This poor shark doesn't even know how bad plastic is for him. Day 26 was Shark Paladin. Again, I searched up what a paladin in D&D was and found out that they're pretty much knights who are blessed by some god or goddess to go against evil. So to keep with the underwater theme, I looked up armor and other sea-themed knights. I saw one that had clamshells as the shoulder pads and I really loved that idea. I decided to make the main idea about a shark paladin that was praying to the ocean's goddess. I ended up getting a little carried away and made a 4-panel comic for this. I like the idea of a shark paladin journeying into the ocean depths to meet the sea goddess in person. I recently finished Steven Universe, so I guess the theme of big woman holding small characters in her hands was in my subconscious while I was making this. Day 28 was Shark Bard. This time I knew that a bard was related to music in D&D, so I made a whale shark violin player. They're playing music for the passerbys. I also drew a goofy hammerhead shark. It's so cute. It's the best part of this whole piece. I was definitely running out of steam near the end of this challenge, so this piece ended up being pretty simple. This was one of the 2 artworks that was made in November. I didn't want to leave the challenge unfinished. I was so close to the end anyway. It was literally only this one and the next one that I had left, so I was like, might as well finish it, even if it is in November. So day 31 was Skeleton Shark. Oh my god, the final one. The water looks incredible, in my humble opinion. It was one of the most fun parts of the whole piece. This theme is supposed to be for Halloween because it would be on the 31st of October. So I decided to make the shark see-through. You can see the bones. Ooh, spooky, scary skeletons. I know actual sharks don't have bones like this. I decided to take some artistic liberties to make it more cute than scary. And the Shark Druid makes another appearance. Here he is showing off his epic ocean abilities. Maybe on Halloween his shark buddies are see-through. Or maybe something about the Halloween vibes and the moon cycle makes them into skeleton sharks. Or maybe they're cursed like Barbosa's crew in the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Anyway, I like how dynamic the water and the patterns are. It looks so cool. I'm really proud of this one too. Alright, so that's pretty much everything that I made in October and a little bit of November. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you've been inspired to make your own Sharktober pictures, you should. You should do a monthly challenge if you want. It doesn't even matter if you're not good at drawing or whatever. Art is about expressing yourself and having fun. So, you should do a monthly drawing challenge. There's so many you can do. It doesn't even have to be every day. You could do maybe every 2 days, every 3 days, maybe even just one drawing once a week. At the end of the month, you will have 4 drawings. So I think it's worth it. There's many challenges you can do. So many people have made prompts over the years There's one coming up in May called Mermaid. You draw mermaids in May. There's heaps in October. I think maybe like because of the timing, everyone just wants to get a move on, you know. There's like Inktober when you draw in inks for October. Witchtober, you draw witches. There's probably going to be another Sharktober. There's even one in November called Huevember where you draw in like every color on the color wheel in November. I'm going to do that this year. I'm pretty excited. You don't even have to do it specifically in May, October, or November. You can do a monthly challenge whenever. All you need to do is pick a theme and just stick to it for a month. And yeah, I really think you should do it because by the end you'll have 4 drawings and this way you can also say you're an artist. An artist is someone who makes art and doesn't have to be good, just has to be made. Okay.